Hey, church family. Thanks for checking in to listen to this update. We hope that you have received the update packet. Please read it and contact us if you have any comments, questions, or concerns. We'd love to hear from you. If you think you should have received an update packet, but you did not receive one, please shoot us an email and we can get one out to you as soon as possible. I don't want to spend this time covering everything that we've already talked about in the update packet because that's kind of lame when that happens. Instead, I want to just touch base with you about 4 different items. The first, I just want to continue to encourage you to connect with others as you are able and is legally allowable. So call your neighbors, call people in the church, contact friends, encourage them, pray with them. This feels like a weird time, and I have observed that since we are coming very close to that last deadline that was set, at least in Washington State, that there's sort of an increased level of anticipation, maybe anxiety and stress, if you will, over what could happen next. I know we're all feeling a little bit antsy to be done with this season, and if all of us could control it, we probably would change it towards our preferences, but we can't, and so we're just waiting. And we've already even heard that Governor Inslee is extending the stay home, stay safe order past May 4th because we haven't hit the markers that he thinks we need to hit before we end that. So just connect with other people and pray with them, encourage them, love each other well. Also, just to encourage you to connect with us. It's been pretty quiet out there, which is good. Several of us are calling around and reaching out to others, and we're finding that in general, everyone is doing well. However, if you have a prayer request, a need, a neighbor who needs help even, we would love to help you with that. We'd love to help them, and so please do not hesitate to give us a jingle or send us an email if there's a way that we can help you out. Also, just to talk to you about a few things that things that are going on. Church is changing, and it's not just changing now, right? The thing that I hear over and over again when I check in with church resources, church leaders of larger organizations, is just to anticipate that church will feel different for a long time. And they even are saying things like, and some things will never go back to the way they were. I can't imagine a world that is drastically different from what we dealt with before, and yet at the same time, this has opened up a whole new avenue of ministry for Peninsula Baptist Church. So, for instance, we're not going to quit as long as we're able to. We're not going to quit doing a live stream on Sunday mornings. Right now, we are able to pre-record that and add some video editing to make that a very professional presentation. That will change, and we'll have a live presentation, which means it won't quite be as polished as it presently is, but we'll still be putting our service out there, which I love. Several of you have said, I haven't been able to attend church in a long time, and I'm so glad that I can do this now. We want to continue to connect with you that way. Beyond that, we are seeing that our church is having impact on people who normally don't attend our church, and we love that we're able to reach new people and more people with the good news of Jesus Christ. Thank you for praying with us and for us in that venture, and we're excited for that to continue. I also want to talk to you for just a really short moment about having an effective witness on social media. I'm not going to tell you what to post on your Facebook page or when to post or anything like that, but I will say this. When you log on and watch this on Facebook and on YouTube, you have the ability to share that. If you share watching a church service or a Bible study, then your friends, people you're connected to, see that and it influences them. There are 2 studies done by 2 different companies, one in LA, one in New York, about the impact of social media based on the shares of both the brand or the company and of staff members in that company. And they noted that when staff members shared posts and information from the brand or the company, the online engagement was exponentially higher in the second category. Those who shared from their company, the staff members, saw a greater impact than when the company alone shared. And so it has influence. When you click that link that says share this video, you can just share it to your wall. You can say a brief comment like, hey, come and worship with me, or I love my church, or hope you're having a great Sunday, this is what I'm doing, and it will influence people around you. Also, when you get into the service, just say hi. let us know you're glad you're there. Those comments that are typed in on Facebook, at least, maybe not so much on YouTube, but on Facebook, actually cause our video to enter into the system in a stronger way, and that puts that in front of more potential watchers. Now, we don't want to be intrusive. However, people are curious about church and about Jesus in this season, and so when that pops up on their Facebook feed in the morning, they are actually clicking in and watching a song, listening to the sermon, and it's making an impact in people's lives. Also, those emoji responses where there's like the happy face and the laughing face, the heart and all that, when you click those, it does the same thing. And so please continue to like and comment and share the videos. It makes a big difference in terms of how our services go out on the internet. And then finally, just thank you to those who are doing those things. I have seen that every church service that we have online, several of you are sharing that to your Facebook wall. Some of you are sharing that to groups that you're a part of. That's a really big deal. Thank you for being bold for Jesus. I know that's not just because you love us. It's because you want to see others know Christ through your church. That's my passion and desire too. So thank you for doing that. Another thing that you might notice, I mentioned church is different. If you've driven by the church facility in the last few weeks, you'll notice that there's been a little bit of landscaping that has gone on. We have been blessed with a wonderful facility in an excellent location. We have good landscaping. However, some of the shrubs that have been at the church for a long time have gotten a little bit overgrown. Last fall, I asked an individual to test a couple of shrubs to see if they could be cut back to an appropriate size and then regrow. And those were tested, and unfortunately, they did not regrow this spring when the rest of the spring growth came. And so the shrub that is on the south side of the church lawn, that huge monstrous thing, which was beautiful and wonderful in ways and yet large, has been removed. And in addition to that, you'll see that the barberries have been removed as well from the south side of the building and the east lawn. I know for some of you that feels significant. You were part of the church when those things were put in, and I know that change can be challenging, but I just want to encourage you to pray for the congregation and for others who'd be having a hard time. We want to keep the main thing, and we want to be able to have a church facility that is both beautiful, easy to work on in terms of landscaping, and well presented to the community. And removing these things accomplishes those purposes, and so thank you for your patience in that. And then finally, I just want to share with you that at least on the planning and strategic implementation of church end, we are prepared to do church this way for a while. That's challenging news. I miss seeing you face to face. I am frustrated that I don't get to see you on Sunday morning and hug you and speak with you and share the Lord's table and sing together. Those things are near and dear to me as they are to you. However, I can't prognosticate when this is going to change, neither can you. And we also recognize that until we see that there's a possibility of having more than 100 people in a space together and that the social distancing requirements have been lifted, that we really can't do church on a Sunday morning the way we used to. Now we are planning and praying some other creative ways that we might be able to do church in new ways, and yet at the same time, we know that those are the requirements that will have to change before we are able to gather. Now, I am so grateful that many of you have been praying for our church leaders and other churches, and then national and state leaders as well in the midst of this. That's a really big deal. The Apostle Paul instructs us in 1 Timothy, desiring that men and women everywhere pray to God and pray even for rulers and authority people, figures of authority, that there would be peace in the land so that the gospel can spread. And that's really my heart and prayer in the midst of this. I appreciate that some of you have shared your perspectives both on church being closed and on church reopening. I know that those shares and those comments, those suggestions come from places of deep value for you. Please remember that there are multiple opinions in the church. If we have 200 people who attend our church every Sunday on average, we probably have 800 opinions about how the church should respond to the coronavirus. I know that seems silly, and yet at the same time, I myself hold multiple opinions on what could happen and what we should do based on the data that we see, and I just pray through those things on a regular basis. So please be gracious. I am very concerned that an issue like this, while it might not divide our church, could become a point of division or schism because we all approach this while on a foundation of Christ through different values, both biblical and cultural. And so I just want to urge us as a congregation, let us be gracious with one another in how we reunite as a congregation. It will probably not play out according to your ideal. It certainly isn't playing out according to my ideal. And yet at the same time, we know that God is working in this, that he is building our church, that our church is not the building, it's not even the Sunday gathering, that you and I comprise the bride of Jesus Christ. And so let's show off the love of God by being gracious and loving to each other. If you find a disagreement with someone, seek to understand their perspective. You might still believe your perspective is correct. Bless them anyways. Let's graciously wait on God to do what he is going to do, to strengthen his church and redeem the world to him. Thanks for checking in with us for this update. Like I said, please reach out to us if you have questions, comments, or concerns. You are loved.
Hey, how's it going? Right now you might be wondering, why are you watching someone in a parking lot on Facebook? Or maybe you're wondering who's talking to me while I'm watching someone drive in a parking lot on Facebook. Or you might be wondering such deep questions as, if my shirt is not tucked into my pants, are my pants tucked into my shirt? Well, I'm not here to answer those questions. I'm here to invite you to something else. Hi, my name's Chris, and you might remember me from such informational films as, did he really just say that? During a sermon? Or Shovels, Buckshot, and Shimano Reels, a survivor's guide to a post-apocalyptic Pacific wonderland. And I'm here to invite you to a drive-in church service here at Peninsula Baptist Church this Sunday at 11 a.m. Thankfully, Governor Inslee has allowed us to do this, and so I am happy to send you an invite this Sunday. So, whether this is your church family and you miss seeing everybody's faces so much that you are happy to drive up here in your SUV and wave at them through your semi-tinted glass and sing your guts out to the best worship music that you can imagine, or if you don't have Sunday plans and you're thinking, I never go to church, but what the heck, let's give it a try, or somewhere in between, we hope that you will consider joining us. And if you can't join us then, we're still going to continue to stream online, and we look forward to seeing you there. Be well, be safe, and be blessed. You are loved. See you Sunday.